Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at By-Hay Arena. This is high school boys basketball on SummitCitySports.com. We had the girls game not too long ago. Wayne won that one, and it's Wayne versus Northside in boys basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. This is the rematch of last year's regional championship game at Logansport. Wayne ended up winning that one, their second straight regional championship. For Southside, they were sectional champions for the second year in a row, as was Wayne. Both teams, not necessarily, well, one team's going in a different direction. The other one seems to be going in the same direction that they've been going the last few years. Of course, Wayne brings back their big nucleus of players. Of course, Javon Lewis has graduated, but they did bring back several key guys, including Chase Barnes, who's the leading scorer on the team so far. You also have second leading scorer, Trey Dillard. Kalen Williams-Thomas is the third leading scorer and has been contributing quite a bit. So too has Preston Comer, and we've even seen LaShawn Green put together some big-time performances. Had an 18-point game in the Generals' win over Carroll over at Wayne High School just before Christmas break. Wayne overall is 7-3 on the season. They did lose their last game against Fishers. That was at the Fishers Holiday Tournament, but that tournament did feature an overtime win against a really good Portage team. Portage was 8-3, is 8-3 at this point, and Wayne was able to come out of that game with the victory. In fact, in reaching out to head coach Anthony Brewer, I did ask him about that game, and Brewer said, quote, "We have always preached the importance of resilience, not only in hoops but in our daily lives. Portage did a great job of controlling the tempo for the first 3 quarters, but once we found a couple ways to speed them up, we were able to get a little momentum to help us make up the deficit. Harold Mack was excellent down the stretch in that game. He scored 8 points in a row for us at the end of regulation and into overtime, and his defense was elite," end quote. Again, those are the words of Generals head coach Anthony Brewer regarding that game against Portage in the Fishers Holiday Tournament. Now, Northside, they're 5-6. They haven't quite put up the, I believe, 19-9 record that they ended up with just a year ago. Yes, they were 19-9, second straight sectional championship. But right now, 5-6, and they have lost 3 of their last 5. They are coming off a couple of tournaments, couple of holiday tournaments. One of those tournaments was at Richmond. That was the second of those 2 tournaments, and in that tournament, Northside was able to get an overtime win against Purdue Pauley Englewood and finished off the tournament by beating Indy Shortridge 64-51. Before that, they went to the Elkhart tournament And Northside knocked off Mishawaka in the first game of that tournament, but was defeated by Elkhart. Just a 1-point loss to Elkhart in the championship game of that tournament. And Northside's fairly young. Of course, when you graduate guys like Eugene Young Jr. and Jackson Fugate, two big-time scorers, question is, where's your scoring going to come from? Well, we know where the scoring's been coming from this year for the Legends. Their leading scorer on the season is Sebastian Moore, the Snyder transfer. He's averaging 14.8 points per game. But you've also got Tyvon Alexander averaging 10.3 points per game. Jordan Woods, the senior, has chipped in with 9.5 points per game. Max Goheen has upped his production. He was averaging just over 1 point per game a year ago, and right now he's averaging 7.3 per game on the season. He's a sophomore who plays a lot at the point guard position. We saw him start a few games last year. Didn't score a whole lot, but his production's gone up this year. And regarding Tyvon and Max, head coach Gary Andrews had this to say, quote, "I've seen a lot of improvement from those two, and the whole team has really improved since the start of the season." A couple of guys also worth talking about. Amarion Waits and B.J. Johnson are part of the sophomore class. Now, B.J.'s out for the season, but Amarion Waits is another guy who's been playing pretty well, and Shane Rogers-Smith is another guy that Coach Rogers has been pretty high on early on in this season. Right now we're going to go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors, pay some bills while we got a chance to do that here on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. New state-of-the-art car wash facilities, free car washes when you buy from Kelly Automotive Group. Shop drivekelly.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Of course, one of the subjects that we've touched on a little bit, and I'm sure we'll touch on again, is the subject of resilience. You know, Wayne had to show a little bit of resilience, back in that 2021-2022 campaign. Generals won just 4 games, and a lot of the guys who are on this team now were freshmen on that team. Of course, Kalen Williams-Thomas was at Concordia back then. Now he's made the transfer over to Wayne. But a lot of those guys were freshmen. Chase Barnes was a freshman. Trey Dillard was a freshman. Preston Comer was a freshman, and at the time wasn't even playing high school basketball, if I'm not mistaken. Former head coach Byron Pickens mentioned to me that he started playing school ball for the first time as a sophomore. But then the following year, the 2022-2023 campaign, the Generals, they win the sectional championship, win the regional championship. Before all that, they won the conference championship, won the SAC outright. Came together as a group and bounced back from a bad season, put together a great season, then followed it up last year with Coach Pickens moving down to Indy, no longer coaching the team. Anthony Brewer steps in. The Generals put together another great season, and so far they're putting together a great season so far this year. 7-3. Wayne is currently tied for first in the SAC with Bishop Luers. Luers is in action against Concordia. That game may have started by now. We're going to have the introduction of the starting lineups, but we'll have more to say about resilience, particularly on the part of Northside when we get a chance to do so.
As we did the anthem before the first game, we're going to move straight into the starting lineup, leading off with our guest on the scoreboard, the Generals. Leading off Wayne's roster, number 4, Chase Barnes. Followed by number 5, Preston Comer. Followed by number 10, H.J. Dillard III. Next up, number 11, Kalen Williams-Thomas. And last for the Generals, number 12, LaShawn Green. And now for your legends. Leading off this legendary roster is number 0, Sebastian Moore. Followed by number 2, Max Goheen. Next up, number 4, Tyvon Alexander. Followed by number 5, Jordan Woods. And last for the Legends is number 13, Omarion Waits.
Well, as I was talking about, resilience is something that Wayne has shown over the years, and Northside's shown it as well. You know, Gary Andrews took over the program after Shabazz Khalik left. Left the program with a winning record, but also some IHSAA violations, if I'm not mistaken, on Khalik's part. But Northside has been able to bounce back. Of course, they've improved year by year and won those back-to-back sectional titles. They're looking at a young team this year with sophomores like Max Goheen, B.J. Johnson, Tyvon Alexander, all sophomores. Alexander, one of the top scorers on this team. Looks like they've got, I think, 8 sophomores by the looks of things on the roster. If they can continue to build up as a team and come together as a team, this could be one of the better teams in the area in years to come as Northside starts with the basketball on the first possession. Jordan Woods will hand that one off to Alexander. Fakes at the free throw line, and the jumper goes. Tyvon Alexander using the shot fake to get Northside on top. And here are the Generals. That's Preston Comer dialing up deep. Couldn't get it to fall, and here come the Legends the other way. High catch by Jordan Woods. Goheen with a deep, deep three. Won't go. Kalen Williams-Thomas has it, and he plays quick. Dish outside to Barnes. He draws a double team, and you'll probably see a lot of that. LaShawn Green misses the three, and that's going to go out of bounds. Wise decision there on the part of Jordan Woods, and it will be Northside basketball. Well, LaShawn Green had that 18-point game against Carroll. That's his season high as far as scoring is concerned. LaShawn, a junior at 6'1". The feed inside, little wrap around Sebastian Moore, missed the shot. Was blocked by the Generals, it looked like, and it's out of bounds off Wayne. Chase Barnes was one of the top scorers in that regional championship game against Northside last year, along with Javon Lewis. Of course, Javon has graduated. He's back in Fort Wayne these days. He's at St. Francis, even though he originally committed to, I believe, Bishop State. We got a foul on LaShawn Green here. First foul against the Generals. It's two schools that have each won 2 consecutive sectional titles, and again, they met last year in regionals with Wayne knocking off Northside in Logansport. That's an air ball. H.J. Dillard there for the rebound for Wayne. And there goes Williams-Thomas. Slows it down, and his jumper won't fall. One and done go the Generals, and here comes Max Goheen for the Legends. Alexander sees an alley, looking to take on Dillard. He missed it, and that goes off of Comer and out of bounds. Northside will keep the ball. Preston Comer plays at a very high level, although again, did not start playing quote-unquote school ball until his sophomore year at Wayne. That was back when Byron Pickens was the head coach. Anthony Brewer was an assistant under him. Little backdoor cut by Woods. Alexander couldn't find him. We'll get this one to Waits, and Waits is fouled at the basket by Dillard. So far, 2 fouls against the Generals, and Omarion Waits will head to the free throw line. This is a young Northside team. Wins against DeKalb, Lakeland, Mishawaka, Purdue, Pauley Englewood, and Indy Shortridge. Wayne has yet to lose a conference game this year. Right now they're tied for first in the SAC with Lures, who is in action against Concordia, just about 3 to 5 minutes away from here. Hunter Sosenheimer's got the call over there at the cage. Eugene Parker Court, as it's officially called. Second free throw good. It's 3-0 in favor of Northside. Here's Chase Barnes, leading scorer for these Generals. He's going to spot up for 3, in and out. Dillard, the offensive board and the putback. H.J. Dillard, known for his resiliency on the boards. Alexander with a tough catch, able to get it to Waits. The lefty hits the jumper. Dillard spins around, met at the rim by Woods, but the putback goes for Comer. Knocked away. That was Williams-Thomas who got a little handsy, and it looks like this foul's going on the Legends. Tyvon Alexander called for the foul. Williams-Thomas gets a breather. That's Harold Mack who checks into the game. I had Wayne's game against Snyder earlier this year, and Mack was charged with defending Quaylen Clopton. Not an easy task. Clopton's a heck of a guard. There's a heck of a guard right there. Chase Barnes getting all the way to the bucket to give Wayne the lead. But Harold Mack was tasked with guarding Quaylen Clopton, and he held him in check. He's trying to do the same to Tyvon Alexander. Got a little help there from Williams-Thomas. Barnes barely stayed in bounds. May check that later on. The call is that he was inbounds. Mack is tripped, and it's out of bounds off him, so it goes to Northside anyway. We'll see if we can't get a look at this replay. Did Barnes stay in bounds when he caught this ball? The call is what it is. It's not going to change at this point. We'll see if we can see it. Can't see it there. Scoreboard got in our way. But it looked as though he did. And the call was that he did get it in bounds. Either way, Northside gets the turnover as Alexander got free but didn't have his feet set. Woods into the paint, stuck with it the whole way. 3-ball, Omarion Waits comes up short. The outlet to Mack, he lost it. Pass a little bit long, and Goheen able to save it. Tipped in the air by Barnes. Mack's got it. He loses it into Waits' hands. And that shot goes for Sebastian Moore. That ball was batted around like a pinball. Or more like batted around like a ping pong ball. Barnes for 3. Too strong, and that went off the little conveyor, well, not conveyor belt, but the little belt there above the backboard. And that's basically as good as the ball going out of bounds. So this is going to be Northside ball. 3:58 to go in the first quarter. Jordan Woods to inbound. Wayne, we'll see if they press here. Looks like a straight man-to-man. Goheen with a bounce pass to the corner for Alexander. Alexander down the baseline against Mack, and Alexander with a tough bucket. Tyvon Alexander with a high degree of difficulty. Here's Dillard looking to go to work. Goheen hustling. Dillard hustling right back. Dished it off in midair, and Comer finds the deuce. Well, I'm not sure if Dillard intended to make that pass or if Comer was just in the right place at the right time. Either way, it's 2 points for Wayne. Pull-up jumper Woods comes up short, and Mack will pull it down along the baseline. Mack looking to go to work, spinning into the paint. Dillard off glass, too strong. Putback won't go, but Comer's right there. That was not Dillard, that was Comer. But like Dillard, he was showing plenty of stick-to-itiveness on that offensive glass. Goheen trying to get by Barnes. Contested shot won't go. It's Comer who comes away with it. Cross court, Mack knocked away, but a foul. That's going to be on Omarion Waits.
Foul number 13 is first, team second.
Well, over at Northrop, Snyder's got the lead. It's 15-6. Snyder trying to go over 500 after a big come-from-behind win on the road against New Haven. Now, Snyder's a young team trying to improve off of last year's 13-13 run. They played Northside in the sectional championship game. As Harold Mack is on the board for the first time. And that was a back-and-forth game. Snyder showed a lot of resiliency, but Northside was able to close it out. And resiliency is one thing that Northside had to show a lot of in that sectional tournament. Now, they would have big leads slip away, but they'd be able to fight back afterwards and come away with the win. Now, that is adversity, and you don't want to let those big leads slip away, but how do you respond when that happens? And Northside was able to respond well in that sectional tournament. That's going to be on Trey Dillard. He's called for his first foul. 3 fouls on Wayne, 2 fouls on Northside. We'll go ahead and reflect that on our scoreboard. Here's Max Goheen across the timeline. Sebastian Moore pretty quiet so far, although he does have 2 points. Comer with the takeaway, bump from behind, Wayne ball. Give credit to Jordan Woods for staying with him, but it's going to be Wayne basketball. I tell you what, Preston Comer is one scrappy defender. If you don't have the ball protected, he'll go after it. Harold Mack from downtown. Return of the Mack. And Wayne leads it by 5. Woods right on the sideline. Good save. Little backdoor cut by Moore. Alexander uses the screen from Waits. Wayne switched defenders. You got Mack on Waits, and Dillard, he's calling for Mack to go back over and get Tyvon Alexander, which he does. A lot of switching going on from this Wayne defense. Woods didn't have the feet set, didn't matter. He hits the 3 ball. Jordan Woods with Northside's first 3. Barnes still doesn't have a make from downtown. We know he can make from out there, but he's 0 for 3 so far in this one. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Here's Goheen. He'll hand that one to Moore. Moore into the paint, and he is fouled. That's going to go on LaShawn Green.
Foul number 12, his second, team's 4th.
Another game that we'll be checking on is Lures versus Concordia. Obviously, there's a lot to be decided before we crown an SAC champion. But right now, Wayne and Lures are the top 2 teams in the SAC, both 2-0 on the season. Like I said, there's a lot of time before we crown an SAC champion. And of course, Homestead's still in that running.
Makes the second shot.
Wayne will go to Homestead later this year, as Sebastian Moore has tied the game at the free throw line. Right now, Lures is leading Concordia 17-16. Now, Concordia finished number 2 in the SAC 2 years ago, behind Wayne. 2 games behind Wayne, as I recall. Lures went into the cage and upset Concordia. Game this year's in the cage as Concordia tries to return the favor. That's Kalen Williams-Thomas with the offensive board, and Dillard counted and a foul. Trey Dillard. A chance at 3. And credit KWT with his offensive board. Tyvon Alexander and Jordan Woods will re-enter for Northside. Rashawn James, the senior, checks out, as does fellow senior Devonce Harris Moore. The Northside JV team won the SAC JV Holiday Tournament just 2 days after Christmas. That was at Wayne High School. Of course, the day after that, the Wayne varsity team defeated Woodland. 3 ball on its way, too strong from Moore, batted around, comes into the hands of Barnes. Chase Barnes with 2 points so far in this game, and Wayne can hold for the final shot of the first quarter. Here's Mack. Dillard bounces his way into the paint, no good. Putback is good. Chase Barnes. And that will close out the first quarter. Well, Wayne is getting it done on the offensive glass. Northside hanging around, though. We got a 5-point game. Back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
1914, Wayne on top of Northside, and we've seen a lot of scrappy offensive play. Wayne is winning the battles on the offensive glass, and you saw it there on the last play of the first quarter as Chase Barnes got the offensive board and put it in to give Wayne this 5-point lead that they have right now. Also give credit to Kalen Williams-Thomas. He got an offensive board that ended up setting up Trey Dillard. Max hit 1-3 already in this game. Didn't hit that one, but the putback is good. And that's Tyree Eldridge, the sophomore off the bench. Here's Woods. Met by Comer. He gets it to Alexander. Alexander, through a sea of black shirts, missed the shot. It's Eldridge who comes up with the ball. There goes Eldridge quick down the floor, and he's fouled. Eldridge, a sophomore. I'm sure that Anthony Brewer is happy about that. In all likelihood, gets to have him around 2 more years. I'm sure Sherwood Haydock would love to have him around 2 more years, since Eldridge is on the football team, a receiver if I'm not mistaken. His younger brother Javante plays defensive end in football, and he plays basketball as well. He's a 6'6" center. Free throw won't go, but one more chance for Tyree. It's the second one. The bulk of Wayne's starters are seniors, but the talented youth they have on this team does make you think that the Generals could be very much in the conversation for an SAC championship in years to come. They're certainly in the conversation this year. Can they make a long run in the state tournament? That pass too high into the hands of Williams-Thomas. He earns a lot of his steals. That one was thrown right to him, but he takes it straight to the cup. Well, he earned those 2 points, no doubt about it. And a timeout called by Northside. Well, while the Legends take a timeout, we'll take a look at a couple of our replays. This was the play right at the end of the first half I was telling you about. No, it's not. There it is. Well, that's Dillard with a contested shot and Chase Barnes with a stick-to-itiveness on the glass. Well, he's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, and he likes to hit those threes, and he's good at it. But he's helping out his team there, getting a little offensive putback. And then, like I said earlier, Kalen Williams-Thomas creates a lot of turnovers. This one came right to him. But he created 2 points after the turnover. Slashing through a sea of white shirts, he takes it all the way to the cup, and Wayne's got their biggest lead of the game. I haven't mentioned yet, the Lures girls team beat Concordia tonight on a buzzer beater by Reese Roadhamel. Now, the boys' game, they're in the second quarter with 2:46 left. Concordia's leading that one 24-19. The Concordia Lures game has gotten interesting in recent years. Again, with Lures going into Concordia and upsetting the Cadettes last year. Make that 2 years ago when Concordia was the second best team in the SAC. I believe had 19 wins that year. It's a team that had a Johnny Washington, Cole Hayworth, Avery Cook. As Goheen feeds it inside to Waits, and Waits puts it home. Much needed basket for the Legends as Waits makes it an 8-point game. Williams-Thomas, the no-look pass. He passed it in midair as he looked like he was going to shoot it, and Eldridge wasn't ready for it. It's Northside ball off the turnover. And what would it mean to these Legends if they can cash in here, make this a 2-score game? Waits sets the screen for Goheen. Goheen double-teamed, and it's poked away and turned over. That's Eldridge with the steal, and he's fouled by Waits Oh, Waite's got to be careful. He was right next to that ref. I thought he was going to bark at him. To his credit, he did not. But it is going to be Wayne basketball. Waite, you could tell, was upset. He thought he'd created a turnover. Barnes looking for help, and it's off the hands of Eldridge. Well, it's a couple of learning experiences for Tyree. He's a talented athlete, there's no question about it, but wasn't ready for a pass from KWT moments ago. Was ready for the pass, but had it go off his hands that time. I'm sure Tyree will learn from that as his career goes on. That's a late call, but a foul is called probably against Barnes on the drive by Goheen.
Foul number 3, his first, team's first.
Check that, it's on Eldridge. And Max Goheen goes to the free throw line. Able to hit the first one. Goheen averages 7.3 points per game, and from the free throw line, he's shooting it at 86% coming into this game. If he hits this next one, it will be a 2-score game. And right on cue, he gets it to go. And how much does that mean for these Legends? If they can get a stop here, can they keep the momentum on their side? Dillard leaning in, too strong. Offensive board, Eldridge with the stick back. Wayne just keeps winning the battles on that offensive glass, and I didn't see it right away, but Trey Dillard came out of a pile there. May have been down on the deck, but the good news is he's up on his feet. Anthony Brewer is calling for a sub for Dillard, and he'll get him in. That's Lucas Warner, who checks in for Dillard. As Dillard goes to the bench, he's still walking around. That's the good news. Hopefully there's nothing serious going on with him. Goheen changes direction. Woods lost it off his foot. Williams-Thomas corrals. The feed down low to Harold Mack. Tipped in the air. He's stuck with it. And Barnes will bring it back outside. Got to appreciate the stick-to-itiveness of this Wayne team. Mack, the dish outside. Did he come down with it? No, he was fouled. He showed some of that stick-to-itiveness earlier this season in what I believe was their conference opener against Snyder. Panthers were up by 11 at halftime. Wayne came all the way back to win that game by double figures. I had the pleasure of working that game alongside Keith Edmonds back in December. Mack comes to set the screen for Barnes. Barnes has Alexander on him, and Barnes is fouled. That would have been a high degree of difficult shot had it gone. Devonce Harris-Moore commits the foul.
Foul number 15, his first, team's fourth.
Or did they get Rashawn James? Sounds like they did. And Chase Barnes will go to the free throw line. He's able to hit the first. Next foul will put Wayne in the double bonus. We know Barnes is a reliable three-point shooter, reliable jump shooter from the free throw line. He's shot at 75% coming into this game. Give him 6 points for the game. And right now Barnes is guarding Goheen. Alexander wants to go baseline. Williams-Thomas won't give it to him. I think it's safe to say Williams-Thomas doesn't give you anything easy. He's one of the best defenders in this area. That ball's poked away, kept alive, and into, off Williams-Thomas's hands. James comes up with it. Sebastian Moore misses the three, and they're going to say that it went behind the backboard. That's going to be Wayne basketball. Barnes across the timeline, and he gets the screen from Lucas Warner. Barnes through the paint, and he's fouled. Are they going to call that on the shot? Well, it doesn't really matter because it's 2 free throws anyway. It's the 15th foul against Northside. And I think they got Goheen for that foul. They did indeed. Chase Barnes shooting at 75% from the charity stripe, goes right back to the stripe. I believe it was the last possession where he last went to the stripe. First one's good. And Wayne coming off of back-to-back SAC championships, sectional championships, regional championships, went to the semi-state finals last year. But before all that, the 21-22 season, they only won 4 games. And the Generals have come together as a team and put together back-to-back incredible seasons and having a really good one so far this year, 7-3 on the year. Got to give a lot of credit to these Generals and the resilience they've shown. The resiliency of Byron Pickens was a head coach when they won their first SAC sectional and regional championships. There's Max Goheen, the sophomore, hitting from downtown. A lot of the guys on this Wayne team were on that team as freshmen that only won 4 games. Williams Thomas's 3 doesn't fall. And the board pulled down by Harrence Moore. Waite slows it down in transition, and he throws it away. He was double-teamed in the corner and tried to get the ball out of harm's way, ended up giving it right back to Wayne. Trey Dillard comes back in the game for the Generals. Again, he was walking around before he exited the court, and now we're going to get a timeout called by Wayne. Their first timeout used in this game. Well, they take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take another look at this 3. This was a deep 3 that Max Goheen just hit. Deep 3, pretty well contested. That's Barnes who was guarding him. Actually, Barnes, I think, committed the Mark Jackson sin. Not a sin that Mark Jackson committed, but back when he was at ESPN, you'd often hear him use the phrase, hand down, man down. Well, Barnes put his hand down, and Goheen hit the 3 right over him. .3:15 left in the second quarter. Here's Barnes using the screen from Dillard. He lost it on the way up, but he was fouled. Or was he? He wasn't. It was out of bounds off north side. .3:10 to play, or are they going to say he was fouled? Barnes is going to the free throw line, and the ref's calling him back to the baseline. He's saying, nope, you weren't fouled. A little chuckle on the ref's face. I think he recognizes Barnes was trying to sell a trip to the free throw line. Ref wasn't buying. Catch and shoot. Comer, he hits it! Preston Comer right off the inbound. Little crossover there. Shane Rogers-Smith hands that one off to Goheen. Goheen with Williams Thomas on him. Ball is loose. KWT poked that away, but he also was last to touch the ball that time. Alexander right on the timeline. Gets the screen from Harris Moore. Alexander, the late dish. Missed dunk by Woods into the hands of Barnes. He goes up the floor, and Comer with the transition jam. .11 for Comer in the game, and the Generals get another stop. Here they come down the floor. It's Williams Thomas, and he lost it out of bounds. Marion Waits will come back in for the Legends. 2:16 to go. Generals going quick. And they get these turnovers. That's what they do. Goheen with Barnes on him. Eldridge and Alexander getting a little tangled up over there. Off balance jumper. Goheen, nothing but net. Max Goheen, the sophomore. And that's a pull-up jumper from mid-range for Trey Dillard. And he's able to answer. Trey Dillard with 7 points as Comer able to keep his dribble through traffic. Goes over the top to Williams Thomas. Alexander getting handsy. Almost got the turnover. Goheen able to close out Barnes. Good defense there by Goheen. Well, if you leave Barnes all alone, he can make you pay. He's trying to get free right now. Got enough space, but missed the three. Barnes still doesn't have a make from beyond the arc. We know he's real good at hitting those. Had the game against Woodland where Barnes went 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. Long pass. Alexander, all kinds of space, but he's short on the three. Eldridge down the floor, through traffic. Left-hander is good. Boy, Tyree Eldridge showing something when he's on the floor off the bench. He can go quick plenty well. We're down inside 45 seconds. Loose ball on the deck, picked up by Harris Moore. Goheen to his left, and that's going to be a moving screen. Harris Moore had not set his feet when he ran in to Comer. And Northside gives it right back to Wayne with 33.3 on the clock. Anthony Brewer calls out the play for the Generals, and they get it into the hands of Barnes. Barnes has 8 points, but he's 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Doesn't have to be a three to close out the half, but you know that's an option that you have in your arsenal if you're Wayne. And I think Tyvon Alexander knows that as well. He's trying to stay with Barnes. Right now Barnes is well away from the three-point line. Of course, we know he can hit the deep threes as well. But Barnes going to dish that one out to the corner. Eldridge's three won't fall. Dillard's got it. Can't put it back. They're still fighting after it. Comes to Dillard, and this time he puts it back right as the clock expires. We know Dillard has plenty of stick-to-itiveness, but that was a team effort on the offensive glass, and I think you saw a good part of the story as to why Wayne's now got this 18-point lead. They are out-battling Northside on the offensive glass. They've been doing it just about all night long. And as we are now at halftime, we'll go ahead and pay a few bills that we got to take care of. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is the answer. It's halftime here at By Hay Arena, and it's the Wayne Generals up 41-23. They're only up 5 at halftime, but the Generals have won the battle on the offensive glass. We'll go ahead and show you an example of that before we go to our next break. This seemed like at least 3 or maybe 2 of the Generals fighting for offensive boards. You see Dillard there getting one. Barnes battling, then comes to Dillard, and Dillard puts it back. I'm surprised that Comer wasn't down there. He's a hustler on the offensive glass in his own right. 18-point lead for the Generals, 41-23 at the half, and we're back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
The Wayne Generals, defending SAC sectional and regional champions 2 years in a row. They lead at 41-23 over the Northside Legends. And they've outbattled the Legends on the glass, particularly the offensive glass. You saw it on the replay that we showed you going into the break. We'll show it to you again coming out of the break. Trey Dillard fights for the board. Chase Barnes fights for the board as well. And I think Tyree Eldridge even got in there and helped to keep that alive. And Dillard is the benefactor as he puts it in at the end of the first half. A couple more words from our sponsors before we go any further. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. With it being halftime, I'm going to go ahead and read off our leading scorers for the first half of this game so far. For Northside, Max Goheen's leading the way. He's got 7 points. Sebastian Moore and Tyvon Alexander have 4 apiece. Omarion Waits has 5. Jordan Woods has 3. For Wayne, their leading scorer right now is Preston Comer with 11. Trey Dillard has 9. Chase Barnes has 8. 4 of those coming from the free throw line. Tyree Eldridge has 5. Harold Mack has 4. He and Comer have the only 2 threes that Wayne has made in this game. They haven't had to rely on those threes a whole lot. The offensive glass is where Wayne has excelled brilliantly. They've excelled on the defensive end as well, using a lot of trap defense, and that trap defense has led to a lot of turnovers, and those turnovers leading to run-out chances for the Generals. They lead at 41-23 at the half. Over at Northrop, it's a blowout right now. Snyder boys are defeating the Northrop boys 34-13. Northrop had a huge win on the road against Southside before Christmas break. Southside right now one of the top teams in the SAC, especially when it comes to their overall record. Archers are 2-1 in conference play, 8-2 overall. And yet Northrop was able to knock them off. They are the only team in the SAC that has been able to knock off Southside so far this season, but getting all they can handle from the Snyder Panthers. Like I said, it's 34-13 in favor of the Panthers. Also got a good one over at the cage. They had that score a little bit ago. Just pull it up here in just a second. Looking like it still might be a good one. Well, it is, but Lures has started to stretch the lead out. They're up 35-27 in the fourth quarter, and they just got the ball back. Got a stop against Concordia, so got a chance to go up 10 over there at the cage, about 5 minutes away from here. Concordia was battling with Bishop Lures, but now Lures has gone up by 11 points over there at the cage. 2 years ago, they pulled off a big upset at Concordia, and well, they've been in the mix for the SAC crown the last couple of years. Did not win the conference last year. Wayne ended up actually going on the road to Lures and knocking off the Knights. Knights will come to Wayne later this year. We'll see what transpires then. I believe that's in February, or the end of January, I believe, when Lures goes on the road to play Wayne. Of course, a lot will happen between now and then. A lot will happen between now and when sectionals comes around. But right now, Wayne and Lures even at 2-0 and battling for that top spot in the SAC. And like I said, Southside's close behind at 2-1 in conference play. Homestead 1-1 in conference play, 8-4 overall. So there's a lot to be played out in the SAC. And well, you can't count out Snyder. They're 5-5, but and they're also very young, but they've also shown the ability to be resilient. We saw that a lot last year. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see more of it this year. And who knows, they've got a chance to have a really good finish. You wonder if that come from behind win for the Panthers on the road against New Haven back on Wednesday might propel them, or I believe that was Tuesday actually, but you wonder if that might propel them to a strong finish the rest of the season. We're back in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
Down 3, 2, 1.
If you're on the volleyball court, you need to have your ability to jump high, block, serve, react quick to the ball. PSM performance has helped me in every aspect of the game. Working with Zach has definitely been super influential. Getting stronger in the weight room, all the agility work, sprinting, jumping. It's just really increased my game in volleyball and also my speed and my strength.
Ready to start the second half here at By-Hay Arena, but right now it's all Generals 41-23. They are back-to-back SAC champs, back-to-back sectional champs, and back-to-back regional champs. And they defeated Northside in sectionals at Logansport last year. It's a game that I had the pleasure to call along with Keith Edmonds and, of course, our owner Jeff Mahoney running the camera. Loose ball picked up by Goheen. Moore went down to the deck, but he's back on his feet. Of course, Northside put together a great season last year, 19-9 overall, and that's with the preseason injury to Tay Johnson that he suffered during the football season. Still went 19-9 and won their second straight sectional title. Oh, what a move there. Kaylin Williams-Thomas up and under for the score. KWT's done a lot tonight except score, but he finally changed all that on that last possession. I think that was Comer who knocked that thing out. This is going to be Northside basketball as Goheen looks to put it in play. Long inbound to Omarion Waits. I'm not going to lie. Part of me wanted him to take that three from behind the volleyball line. Instead, Tyvon Alexander draws the foul in the paint. I think they got Barnes for that foul. Indeed they did. Tyvon averaging double figures in points per game this season. He missed that first free throw. Averages 10.3 points per game. He's a 68% free throw shooter coming into this game. I mentioned B.J. Johnson's a part of this Northside sophomore class. He's out for tonight, I think out for the season. But Jordan Woods fighting on the offensive glass. Gets a second chance. make it a third chance as Comer swats it out. Wayne was winning the battle on the offensive glass in the first half. Northside looking to return the favor. Instead, they end up turning it over. They did return the favor with Woods in that offensive board moments ago, but unfortunately, it's all to no avail. Dillard there to set the screen. Williams-Thomas, pull-up J, rattles out. Waits right there for the board. Goheen with Williams-Thomas on him. The feet inside, two-man game. Waits, has it blocked by Comer, and into the hands of Barnes. Barnes on the attack, puts it in transition. Well, Chase Barnes with that bucket is up to 10 points for the game. He averages over 18 per game on the season. Loose ball. Williams-Thomas knows what to do with that, and he capped it off on the other end. "24-point lead for Wayne as Goheen is picked up by Barnes. Alexander to his left. No good. Waits right there for the board. He missed it. Not sure if Dillard got a piece of that, but here comes Barnes, and he has it knocked away, but a foul's going to be called. And good sportsmanship there by Sebastian Moore as he helps Barnes off the deck. They're going to call that foul on Tyvon Alexander. Barnes just flips that one into Dillard. He lost it on the way up, but now I think they got Woods for the foul. And indeed they did. Barnes looks to get it in. He does. That's Comer. Hand in his face. Doesn't matter. Preston Comer, his second three of the ball game. And that is something that Comer brings to the table. He is a good three-point shooter. Williams-Thomas got a hand in there, but Alexander recovered. Williams-Thomas must have gotten a hand in there again because Alexander restarted his dribble. Moore on the attack. Has it contested by Comer. Still on the deck. Waits had it blocked by Dillard, and here come the Generals. Barnes to the cup. Puts it home. Chase Barnes right through traffic. Timeout call. The Legends call the timeout. And while they take this timeout, we might as well go ahead and show you a couple of our replays. Try to get at least one in. This is defense turned into offense. Loose ball on the deck, and Kalen Williams-Thomas just flips it in off the glass. Williams-Thomas so often creates those turnovers. Don't quite think he created that one, but he knows what to do when he finds loose change on the floor. Some more defense turning into offense for the Generals here. Contested shot. Comer, Dillard, they both got a hand in there. Barnes swatted at it. He comes away with the loose ball, and when Barnes gets a run-out chance, look out, because he can make you pay, and he did on that possession. 29-point lead for the Wayne Generals here at By-Hay Arena. Wayne's only played 2 home games all this year. Those were against Carroll and Woodland. The Generals won both of those. Their next home game will be a week from tonight as they take on Bishop Dwenger. Now, the next game will be against Norwell. That'll be on the road, and it'll be on Tuesday. But after that Dwenger game, Wayne goes right back home to take on Detroit Catholic Central. In case you're wondering, yes, that is Detroit, Michigan. Got a Michigan team coming down to play Wayne. 3-ball won't go for Alexander as Green comes away with the board. Lob pass, basket won't go, but Barnes is fouled. That's going to be on Rashawn James. And Chase Barnes is going to the charity stripe. .439 on the clock here in this third quarter as Chase Barnes One of the best guards in this area goes to the charity stripe. If you're wondering who's a candidate to play in the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic coming up in May, well, you got to think that Barnes is one of them, along with Dillard and Comer, Kalen Williams-Thomas. You got to think that those guys will probably be on the roster. Of course, May's a long way away, and right now it's a 31-point lead for the Generals. Alexander on the attack. Missed the shot, but he's fouled by Dillard. As we mentioned earlier, Tyvon Alexander comes into this game shooting 68% from the stripe. He misses that first one. This is a young Northside team, and you got to think that there's at least an opportunity to build this team into championship level team with all the youth that they've got and all the guys that you would think they would have coming back next year and perhaps the following. A lot of sophomores on this Northside team. Count the basket and one. That's LaShawn Green getting to the cup. Max Goheen called for that foul. Fourth team foul against Northside, so the next one would put Wayne at the line for double bonus. Right now, Green trying to cap off a three-point play, and he does just that. Timeout. Called by Northside. Well, that's a deal you don't want to hear if you're not in the building. Hot dogs, $1 until they run out. If you're in the building, you love hearing it. If you're not in the building, not so much. Well, here's another look at one of our replays. This is our most recent replay. It's just a good attack there by LaShawn Green as he takes on Goheen, draws the foul, scores the bucket. And you see this 33-point lead that Wayne has put up. Wayne has been aggressive. They've been able to score against contact, and they've won the battles on the offensive glass. You can say toughness, tenacity is their calling card. It'd be a 100% true statement. Fake pass, and now they get it in to Max Goheen. Sebastian Moore will be picked up by Green as he comes across the timeline. Of course, Moore transferred in from Snyder. Certainly seems to be a growing team in its own right. Goheen was thinking about that three, faked the shot. Barnes didn't give him a whole lot of space, though. Goheen on the attack, puts it in and one. That's going to be on Chase Barnes. I'll check that. They're going to call that on Williams-Thomas. It's only his first, so Goheen goes to the line. And he hits the free throw. Inside 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter as Barnes looks for Dillard inside that zone. Barnes on the attack from mid-range, comes up short, and Devontae Harris-Moore has the board for the Legends. Goheen working on Williams-Thomas. He got his left hand caught in an awkward position at one point. Goes to feed it inside to Waits. Ball's loose, and Waits stepped out of bounds. He had the foot on the red. In other words, he had a foot on the sideline. I'm watching Glenn Marini walk away. I think he's probably thinking he's got enough highlights for this game. Of course, in that particular business, when you're a sports anchor, you get your highlights and then you go. Of course, he's probably got other guys out of other locations covering a variety of games here in the SAC. Marini was here for the girls' game, too. Tip-in won't go for Comer. And Waits comes down with the board. Goheen with a long pass. Alexander, can he finish? No, but he's fouled by Dillard.
Foul number 10, his third, team sport.
It's Dillard's third. Still a 10-point game over at Concordia. Now a 12-point game. Lures up 49-37. Snyder still with a big lead over Northrop, 51-31 now. That game's in the third. We got 2:56 to go here in the third at By-Hay Arena as Tyvon Alexander prepares to shoot his second free throw. It's good.
Alexander makes the second shot.
Here's Green with the hand to Williams-Thomas. They got Dillard setting up in the paint against this 3-2 zone. Thought Williams-Thomas had some space. Instead, he'll hand to Green, and Green's three goes long, batted in the air, and tipped into the hands of Connor Cerati. Alexander on the attack. Floater, air ball into Dillard's hands. Barnes on the attack. Blocked and recovered by Cerati. Here comes Alexander. Alexander has it rejected. That's Dillard. And I think I heard one of the Waynes fans saying, get out of here. Or maybe it was get that out of here. We got a jump ball, and the arrow favors Wayne. That's another highlight we're showing you here on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Well, give Dillard credit, first of all, for getting back on defense, but stays with it the whole way, and you see a guard standing at 5'9" coming into the paint. You know what Dillard's thinking. He's thinking, oh, no, you don't, son. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Harold Mack in the game for Wayne now. Tyree Eldridge has also come in. Barnes and Comer getting a breather. Well, you wonder why Northside hasn't gone with this zone more often. It's starting to affect Wayne here in the third quarter. That's going to count. Trey Dillard with the bucket and the foul.
Two for 10, Dillard. And the foul is on number 13, his third.
It's 15 foul on Northside. Now, Wayne's also committed 4 fouls in this game, so their next foul would put Northside at the line for double bonus. Trey Dillard gets into double figures with that bucket. Can't get the free throw. Woods with the board. Omarion Waits committed that last foul. Goheen trying to direct traffic. Goheen down the baseline. Missed the floater, but we get a foul before the shot. Well, I got to think that would be like a hand check or reach-in foul on Tyree Eldridge. Green was there playing help side defense, and he was straight up all the way. They do call it on Eldridge. It's going to mean 2 free throws for Max Goheen with 1:32 to go in this third quarter. And Goheen's true on the first try. One for 2, and Dillard's there for the board. Goheen, an 86% free throw shooter coming into this game. Green on the attack. Missed it. Kept alive, but Dillard stepped out. Fake pass, and they beat the 5-second clock. Goheen able to get it to Woods. Woods to the basket, missed it. LaShawn Green comes down with the board. LaShawn Green on the attack. Fall away jumper. It's short. And Avance Harris Moore has the board for Northside. When Wayne's gone in transition, they have gotten to the basket. They haven't settled for a whole lot of mid-range jumpers. That foul's going to be called on Eldridge. And we'll check the foul total for Eldridge. It's his third. But this is going to be free throws for Max Goheen, an 86% free throw shooter at the line. Chase Barnes just about to check back in. That's Anthony Brewer realizing that even with this 30-point lead, Northside's still fighting, and they're going to keep fighting as long as there's time on the clock. So it's not time to give the starters the rest of the night off just yet. One more free throw for Goheen. 86% free throw shooter coming into this game. Snyder's lead over Northrop is now 55-33. And Goheen goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Harold Mack will come across the timeline. Barnes calls for it, and he gets it over to Williams-Thomas. Wayne likely holding for the final shot of the third quarter. Williams-Thomas will hand that one to Barnes. Barnes is in double figures for the night. He does not have a made three, though. He's got 14 points. You know, even great three-point shooters will have nights like that where their shots just aren't falling. It's been the case for Barnes tonight. But you know he's capable of knocking them down at a high level. Dillard missed that one. And here comes Cerati down the floor. He feeds Goheen. Down to 6 seconds. The lob to Woods, and he puts it in. That ball spun around for an eternity. 59-33 after 3. The Wayne Generals looking for a win in their third conference game of the season. Back after this.
White Shoes Kelly Chevrolet. We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Well, it's Wayne leading 59-33 as we go to the fourth quarter here at By-Hay Arena. Northside did show some fight there in that third quarter. Wayne got close to where they could have gone up by 35 points, made it a running clock, but Northside has not allowed that to happen. They've got it down to 26. Still a long way to go for the Legends if they want to come back in this game. But give them credit. They haven't quit on this game, even with with Wayne being up so big. Dillard got his hands up there, forces the turnover. And Eldridge leans in, won't go. Max putback won't fall, and that is off of Northside. Wayne came into this game tied with Bishop Luers for first place in the SAC. 2-0 in conference play. Luers is up by 17 at Concordia. Now Concordia will go on the road to play Blackhawk Christian tomorrow night. Dillard with the catch and score. "13 points tonight for Trey Dillard. He averages, I believe, over 11 per game on the season. Step back three, and that's going to get stuck between the basket and the backboard on the three by Connor Cerati. Now that works like a jump ball, and in this case, the arrow favors Wayne. I think Harold Mack kind of saw that as an opportunity to go up and grab the rim. Mack stands at 6 foot flat. He's got plenty of ups. We saw it there. Spin move. Williams-Thomas somehow kept his dribble. Mack's shot rims out, and the board pulled down by James. Long pass to Woods. Contested shot, no good. Mack's only 6 foot flat. He's 5 inches shorter than Woods. Oh, nice pass through traffic. Eldridge able to put it in. think that was Williams-Thomas who made that pass. We'll have to check the replay in just a second, but heck of a pass, heck of a finish by Eldridge. Eldridge getting plenty of minutes off the bench tonight. Goheen fakes the three. Feeds it inside. James right over Mack, won't go. And appeared to be off Comer, and it was. I don't think we're going to have time to show you this replay as the ball's about to be inbounded. Yeah, that was Williams-Thomas who just threaded the needle to Eldridge on that last pass. Goheen for three, no good. Mack's there for the board. Mack through traffic. Late pass. Eldridge with another finish. Credit Harold Mack with the feed and with the speed. Tough shot and a foul. That's on Mack. They'll send Tyvon Alexander to the free throw line.
Foul number 1, his first, team's first.
Snyder now leads Northrop 60-35. But Northrop's still fighting in that one. They're still contested things on the interior. But Alexander, not a great free throw night for him. So that's a few free throws out there. Shoots it at 68% coming into this game. And he's a sophomore. You know that you can expect that he's going to build his game, improve his game as his high school career goes on. Second one goes.
Alexander makes the second shot.
.31 lead for Wayne. Barnes calling for a screen. Comer's going to give him one. Barnes lost it in traffic. Woods lost it. Eldridge got it. Harold Mack wide open, and he knocks it down. I believe that's Mack's third three of the game. Or check that, his second three of the game. I've got him for 2 threes, actually. Contested shot by Alexander. That won't go. Knocked away from Eldridge, and the basket goes for Max Goheen. Alexander, did he got hit in the eye? Well, Mack, as he was trying to defend Alexander, might have gotten him in the face by accident. Boy, Tyvon is in some pain with his head hunched over on the sideline. Jacob Van Loo, the trainer, will take a look at him. We'll go ahead and change our scoreboard there. Goheen got the bucket and the foul is called.
Foul number 12, his second, team's first.
Connor Cerati called for the foul. Loose ball, it's out of bounds off north side. Looked like they were trying to get that thing to Javante Eldridge. 6'6" freshman. Also a defensive end on Wayne's football team. But I bet Anthony Brewer's got to like knowing that he's got another young big man waiting in the wings. Nice behind the back dribble. The shot won't go. Eldridge blocked, staying with it, and he gets the putback. And that's a roar from the visiting crowd for Javante. Woods backs it out. Looking to take Eldridge. Gets past him, goes for the posterizing dunk, and he commits the offensive foul. Lucas Warner got in the way. Second team foul on north side. Second on Jordan Woods. Rashawn James will enter the game along with Devonce Harris-Moore. It's mostly non-starters on the floor right now for Wayne, except for the man with the ball, LaShawn Green. Gets a high screen from Warner. Green, the floater, couldn't bank it. Batted away, and James comes away with it. Back outside, Sebastian Moore, quiet night for him. Batted around, still loose. Legends come away with it. That's Cerati. Moore held to just 4 points. Loose ball. LaVon Robinson knocked it away. Blocking foul against the Legends, and I'm pretty sure I heard their fans saying, come on. They thought that should have been offensive. Third team foul against Northside. And it is Wayne basketball. Tyree Eldridge to put it in. Telling Eldridge to cut toward the paint. Catch and shoot three is good. Javon Robinson flexing the muscle. 37-point lead for the Generals. Roger Smith has it blocked, but a foul. Well, we're now in a running clock situation. The clock's going to stop before these free throws are shot. That's one of the few moments where the clock does stop, and right now it does stop. Shane Rogers-Smith at the free throw line. He'll get the second one. 1 for 2 for Rogers-Smith. Jazz Booker, the freshman in the game. Three ball is good. Lucas Warner. Speaking of Jazz Booker, I think I found his mom. She's wearing a powder blue Wayne hoodie that says Jazz's mom. I think she's referring to Jazz Booker, unless there's another Jazz that we don't know about. Nice hustle there by Tristan Newsom. Well, he hasn't been on the floor all night long, but he comes in late in the game and shows some hustle, creates a possession for the Legends. The foul's called on Wayne. Third team foul on Wayne. That foul is on Javante Eldridge. Well, Tristan Newsom's high school football career is over. He's a senior. He finished that this past fall. But in all likelihood, we'll see Javante Eldridge on the gridiron come next fall. I'll hand that back to Roger Smith. Turnaround jumper, and Roger Smith connects. It was a double-digit win for Wayne when they knocked off Northside in regionals last year, and right now they're up by 37 points. Step back three is good. Well, the number there is 25. I don't have a 25 on my roster. I have to look into that one. Cerati for three. It's good. He answers on the other end. Connor Cerati, we just heard the pronunciation from the PA announcer, able to knock down that three ball. Warner for three again, not this time. Offensive board, Javon Robinson. And he lost it out of bounds. It's off of Wayne. The clock continues to run down to 1:31. Roger Smith across the timeline, and he gets that one to Rashawn James. Step back three, Cerati. No good, but it's off of Northside. Or is it? It's not. It's off of Wayne. Stolen away by Robinson. Robinson down the floor. Lost the ball. He traveled. Well, Jazz Booker was calling for that thing in the paint. Jazz is a freshman, 6'2" guard. And you can't help but wonder if he might be waiting in the wings to be the next starting point guard here at Wayne. Although I think Tyree Eldridge might have a little something to say about that. Either him or perhaps LaShawn Green. Now, LaShawn's a junior, Tyree's a sophomore, and of course LaShawn getting a chance to start. We've seen Tyree do a lot of good stuff off the bench. Pinned against the glass. And again, I only wish I had the name or had the number 25 on my roster. See if we can look into that. Again, I don't have that number on my roster. I'll check that. I think it's Uriah Williams. Uriah Williams pinned the shot. That three won't go. We had a fan trying to get on the floor, but it's the Wayne fans who are going to celebrate tonight. A 79-42 victory over the Northside Legends. Wayne goes to 8-3 on the season. They'll have the day off tomorrow, but they'll go on the road to play Norwell on January 14th, and then a week from tonight, Wayne will play their third home game of the season when they take on Bishop Dwenger. That'll be followed by a home game the very next day, a week from tomorrow, against Detroit Catholic Central. That's right, the Detroit Catholic Central of Detroit, Michigan is coming to Wayne on January 18th. For Northside, they're back home on Tuesday to take on Canterbury, and then a week from tonight they'll take on the Northrop Bruins. Well, it is time to award our Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game for tonight, and you could award a whole bunch of different guys. I'm going to go ahead and give the award. I'm going to split it three ways. I'm going to give it to Preston Comer, Trey Dillard, and Chase Barnes. Comer and Dillard were all scrappy going after loose balls, creating second chances on the offensive glass, and you saw it from Barnes as well as those big men, Comer and Dillard. Barnes finishes with 14. Comer finishes with 14 points. Dillard finishes with 13 points. So Comer, Barnes, and Dillard share the honor of Parkview Sports Medicine Players of the Game. And that's going to do it from here at By-Hay Arena. Wayne wins it 79-42 over Northside in a rematch of last year's regional title game. For my cameraman, Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from By-Hay. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Down 3, 2, 1.
If you're on the level court, you need to have your ability to jump high, block, serve, react quick to the ball. PSM performance has helped me in every aspect of the game. Working with Zach has definitely been super influential. Getting stronger in the weight room, all the agility work, sprinting, jumping. It's just really increased my game in volleyball and also my speed and my strength.